If you hear any like lip smacking noises, Princess is having her dinner. A couple weeks ago she quit eating pretty much her kibble. She quit eating her old soft food that was more the chunkies and gravy that she used to love. She quit eating that. Took me a little bit to realize that she wasn't eating it all, so we've changed her food over to a smooth type pate, and she just gobbles that up every morning when I give her some for breakfast, and right now in the evenings when I'm home from work and getting her some more food. So eating noises, lip smacking noises, that's the Princess having her dinner. Hi, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have knitty, yarny stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch stuff to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. It's been 3 weeks. I am just back from a retreat stitching on the prairie out in Kearney, Kansas. Not Kansas, Nebraska. It was a good time. Fun time was had by all. And so I just have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and everything else to get started in. So we'll just jump right into it with the whips. I haven't finished anything, but mostly because I have been working on the big stuff. So we will start with, this is Wishful Thinking. It says by Long Dog Sampler, and it is currently free on their website. I don't know how long it is going to be free. And I have been stitching this on a 32 count fabric from Red Thicket Fabrics, but I forget what this is. I think it might be As You Wish, which is a lovely green. And then I am stitching it 2/2 with 2 strands of floss, and the floss is from Live and Die LA, and it is called Northern Lights. So it kind of has the dark black for the sky and then some of the lighter blues and purples that you might get in the Aurora Borealis. And so I put it on the green for the full-on Aurora effect, and I've just been chugging along on this. I worked pretty much everything that's in the hoop is new since the last time, let's go this way, since the last time you saw it. I just think I worked on this a couple of evenings over the past little while in the interim, and just enjoying it while I was out in Kearney. A couple of the other gals, Brooke and Marla, had started on this one as well. They had just started on the border, so they didn't have a ton of progress on it yet, but I'm sure theirs will look just as good as mine. And so that is slowly coming along. Let's scoot things over here. Are you done with your dinner? Huh? You're doing the purse, so you must be happy. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to clip my things to the board to hopefully help them stay flat and not fall over. And those of you who do this on the regular, you are much better at it than I am. Okay, the next little stitch that I worked on is Miss Valentine from Nora Corbett. This was originally a kit, but it is now available as pattern only and not a kit. And so I am working away a little bit on her. I put in all of this lower wing over here and then moved over and have started on the lower wing on this side. And I am stitching her on a 32 count. I believe this is Violet Fizz. It's an Atomic Ranch linen. Yes, Atomic Ranch linen. And I'm using mostly the DMCs related to the overdyes, but kind of changing them out if I don't like what I'm seeing. And I didn't like the colors that were called for the wings, so I have switched those out to pink because the purple was getting a little bit lost on the purple fabric. The wings I am doing 1/2. The rest of it is 2/2. And I need to come up with the Krennic or Rainbow Gallery or the decide what I'm going to do for the shiny fabric. Not fabric, shiny floss on that one. 1, 2, 3 stitch was out of it when I did order. The rest of my supplies, I should go back and look and see if it is back in available, but I haven't, so I need to figure it out. Pause please while we sneeze. I used the sneeze break to clip the little thing to the next project, to the board. So, you know, didn't have to sit through all that awkwardness through the magic of editing. The next project, the last real cross-stitch project that I worked on during the past 3 weeks is Pansy Garden. And this is from Samplers Not Forgotten. And I do really enjoy working on this. So I think last time I was still working down here near the bottom. I had not put in the 1/1 bits yet. And I think it's everything from this little, oh okay, I'll call it, I think it was this band, this tiny purple band, this one, and then the over 1 words I worked on. And then while I was at the retreat, I worked on all of this stuff. So I did these 3 pansies here, this band, and then added in the border on the side as needed, brought that down and around. And since I was ready to go ahead and move the hoop, I took it off so I could show that to you. This is a 36 count Wisteria linen. This is also from Red Thicket, and I am using all of the called for silks, and so that's 1 strand of silk over 2 strands on the 36 count linen. And I just think she's coming along really quite nicely. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. In fact, this is the only thing I stitched on while I was at the retreat. That's it. Everybody asked if I was a monogamous stitcher, and well, I can't say that I really am. I really enjoyed working on this, got a lot done. I'm saving this little bit over here where the pansy border comes down to the very last, since I like doing the pansies. Those are my favorite. Which isn't to say I mind these. The borders, they're fun because you get to do a little something different for a little bit, but not too long of a little bit. And anyway, enjoying this quite a bit. Having a good time with that. Are you going to be in the way? I think you are. She's having a purr over here. I would be surprised if you guys, well, I just noticed that the litter box is going, so we're going to pause until the litter box is done, and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we're just going to pick up the brown bag that the cat's trying to rub her head all over and move it over here so she's not making all the noise. You know, Cat has ideas of her own. It's just the way it is. Alright, back to retreat stuff. I drove out with my best friend Lisa, and it's 11.5 hours out there, and for some reason it took 13 hours to come back. Part of that was there was a bit of a traffic jam in Wyoming. They're doing road construction like they do every summer, and so the 2-lane freeway, they put you down to 1 lane and then shift you back and forth on different sides of the freeway depending upon what they're working on and what they're trying to do. For whatever reason, at this one merge point, it was an hour. We crept along at like 3 miles an hour. It took us 3 miles an hour, and it took us about an hour to get to the merge point, and then people were behaving well, like they should for your typical zipper merge, you and then you and then you and then you, and take turns and whatever. But I think that's part of why it just took us forever. I think the other girls who were from northern Utah, I think they took, we hit the backup about an hour before they did, and so we texted back to them, hey, there's this backup, and I think they went an alternate route, went around it and missed most of the stuff. And so we left an hour before they did, they got home an hour before we did. It's not fair. Anyway, the retreat was a whole heck of a lot of fun, as it is. Shelly Rathjen put it on. You can find her as Prairie Fire Stitcher. They passed out these cute little boxes with the stitching on the Prairie logo on the back, and it opens up like so. It's still pretty stiff, but I think that's just from function of being folded over like that. So there was a cute little horn book with some felt on, I think for your needles and or threads or snippy bits, a pair of stork scissors, and a needle threader. Yes, needle threader in it, along with a cute sunflower sticker. Everybody had random different sunflower stickers. So that was just a really cute thing. I've never seen these boxes before. It's really quite fun to keep your accoutrement in. So that's really neat. Love that a lot. And Shelly also gave us a lint roller, because you can always use a lint roller, especially with El Kitty running around. Lots of people brought me all sorts of things from the freebie table, lots of pansy things, and the sad thing was I have already purchased many of these pansies things. So thank you so much for finding the things and thinking of them and bringing them to me. And I'm so sorry that I love pansy so much that I have bought most of the pansy things that already exist. This was found and brought to me off of the freebie table. It is needlepoint and butterflies, because I do love me, not butterflies, dragonflies, because I do love me some purple and teals. And it's a tiny one, so maybe we'll give needlepoint a try. I don't see the, oh, there it is. The canvas is in there, so we'll see. And then what I was really excited to find was this Dimensions kit. It is a really interesting concept in that there's no counting. You just sort of fill in the sections as it's trying to tell you right there. I should open it up and have a look at it, but I saw somebody else had one of these on Flosstube not too long ago, in the past week or so, and so I went hunting for it on eBay and Etsy and whatever, and I'd seen a couple, but I haven't pulled the trigger on buying one yet, and that's the best thing, because here it was on the freebie table. So I'm really quite pleased about finding that. One of these days I'll start it, so I really look forward to that. I sat with most of the girls who are in our Northern Utah Little Stitchers group, and so we had some fun little table grifts. Let's see, Jen got everybody these cute queen bee pouches with the little bee charm on the front, and it has tissues, a pin, scissors, wonderful things, an assortment of bee and sunflower themed stickers, a bee themed tape measure, and this cute little lip gloss that is in the shape of a honey pot, and it is my was peach. There were several flavors that you could have got. I got the peach and I liked it, so I did not trade it around, and I have used it, and it is tasty wonderful. You little kitty are in the way. Thank you. Yes, you are. You're in the way. So that came from Jen. Lori gave us a wee gift certificate to Red Thicket Fabrics, and I had to save it because I have like one of everything that Summer has, so we'll have to see what she releases soon and then buy that. So I saved that for the next retreat. Brooke and Candace put together these darling little survival boxes. So there's like Kleenex and Band-Aids and emergency needles. Here's some Tylenol down here, some mints in case your breath is trying to kill you, and seam ripper down inside here. There's a Tide to Go wipes, all sorts of, and a tape measure, all sorts of little fun things for your emergency stitching kit, retreat kit. One of the ladies brought around these little bits of bling for your floss, if you've got your floss on a, wow, brain, I know we're tired and it's been a long day. You bobbinate, not bobbinate, you put your floss on floss tags and put them on rings. So here's some ring bling. is what we're going to end up calling that. Absolutely adorable. Another lady bought around the USA bag charms, or scissor fobs, or ring bling. And then Summer passed out some scissors, so I chose the Aurora scissors with that really fun finish on those. And is that everything? I passed out a little one of those mini striped totes that you can get from Trader Joe's, and I put just some strawberry themes in it, like strawberry yogurt pretzels and strawberry gummies and some strawberry drink mix and just kind of randomness put inside it. It had nothing to do with stitching, and so I hope the girls like that. I thought that was the kitty trying to knock over the thing. Oh, you're in the way. Come here. Come here. Can you just hold still? Just be right there. Just be right there. Anyway, fun stuff. Had nothing to do with cross stitch at all. Here's a bag of purchases I picked up from, let's see, what was, she was, Jenny with a G was running the shop, and I cannot remember the name of the shop, but I picked up some Flax Belfast, a lovely neutral, something that the Primrose Cottage girls, they use this fabric a lot, so I picked that up. She had all sorts of Primrose Cottage, not Primrose Cottages, Pirate Robin cottons, so I picked up an assortment of the purples, because of course I did. And what else did I get from her? They've fallen all the way to the bottom. Where are you? Well. Here they are. Here they are. The new needle minder from Primrose Cottage. I picked that up from her as well. Let's see. What's next? This, there was another gal there, Sherry. She is Country Crafts and Supplies and Notions and Stitchery. She's out of Greenlee, Colorado. She had an amazing booth. She pretty much worked it over every single day. So the first day was just general stitching, a lot of Mill Hill kits, spring, gardening, flowers, kind of the theme with a little quilting stuff. She had some super fun purses on one side. If you happen to see another gal doing the Flosstube and shows her little bags she bought. I love the bags, but there wasn't one that was pansy, and there wasn't one that was purple enough to justify buying. So I didn't buy that. I did get this amazing piece of, I think the name of it is Artemis. This is a 32 count linen from Atomic Ranch Fabrics. So I picked that up from her booth. I picked up a Ho 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 winter Mill Hill kit, and what I stopped in the middle of that previous thought is that she changed her booth over every night. So the first day it was general spring, gardening, summer funness. The second night it was she changed it over, so the second day was Halloween, just Halloween themed stuff, and then the third day, the final day, she changed it over one more time for a Christmas theme. So I had picked up this cute little Mill Hill kit when it was on the Christmas theme, and then this darling little notepad. It has the magnet in the back. Open it up and around. There's your little notepad. So I love these. The wrapping keeps it protected from getting too beat up when it is in your purse, and so I love these for that. So that came from her, and then Jen with J from the Stitchers Emporium, she was there, and I picked up, well, the first day I picked up this cute little strawberry on a felt strawberry on a antique looking spool, antique finished spool. It was so cute. These were brought around as table gifts by somebody who had put all those pins together. And this cute little pin came with the strawberry pin cushion. And then pretty much on the last day I was kind of watching the the blueberries. Anyway, I picked up a blueberry pin cushion by the same artist who does these. And so I was watching as if there was a blueberry left on the last day, I would buy a blueberry. So very cute. There was one left on the last day, so I bought it. And that almost sums up my purchases. At the same time as we were having the cross-stitch retreat over on one side of the convention center, the Nebraska Quilt Association was having sort of their annual get-together with classes and stuff, and they had a few vendors as well. And so one day, Lisa, Candace, and we wandered over there to see what was going on in their little vendor area. Candace was looking for finishing fabrics for all the finishes she does for us. Lisa is a major quilter, so she was just looking to see what was around, and she bought a beautiful quilt. I think it was tulips, a quilt kit, tulips or something from O'Reilly Blank Booth. And I picked up a couple of fat quarters in very bright spring cheery colors. So the pink and the purple and the flowers, and then a purple and a turquoise in this. Here's the kind of the paisley print, and then the flower print. So there are those that I picked up and add to my collection of things that I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to make out of, but they were pretty, so I picked them up. The meals were really good. We had, let's see, lunch, dinner, lunch, dinner, lunch. So we had 4 meals included in the cost of the retreat, and that was fun. Door prizes, of course, and then Shelley put together a scavenger hunt of sorts where you just sat at your table, and then she would call out various things to choose, and then you could come up and pick a prize out of her assortment of prizes. She had so many prizes. It was amazing. There were fabrics and project bags and this and that and the other. So I actually won one. Oh, sorts of things. She said somebody working on a Christmas ornament, and you grab it and hold it up, and the first one with their hand up won the thing. And then like a Mira or somebody who had stork scissors and that sort of thing. And there goes the stinking kitty litter box again. So we're gonna pause again. Right, so I think I was telling you about the scavenger hunt. Anyway, a project with silk flosses was called, and so I had all my silks lined up in a pretty row because I was working on Pansy Garden. So I grabbed them and flung them in the air, and so I was the fastest one with the silks in hand. And so I went up and I got to choose from the pile of prizes, and there was this lovely dark plum. Is this the Jobelin? Yep, 32 count from Color and Cotton. So this was my door prize, scavenger hunt prize, whatever you want to call it. Speaking of Color and Cotton, I'm sure most of you have seen this already, but I got my fabric of the month in the soft neutrals for this year. It is called Queen Anne. You can read it in the camera, and I certainly can't. And it is it's a very soft pinky beige. It's a lovely color. I'm sure I will be able to find something for that without any problems. Anyway, 10 out of 10, definitely recommend if you can go to Stitching on the Prairie next year, if she chooses to put it on. She is planning one in April in Estes Park. It is called something in flannel, Floss and Flannel, in Estes Park in April. So there's that one. You can keep your eye out and look for it, decide if you want to sign up for it. Let's see, another little thing that I got up to in July, since it is my birthday month. I did a little birthday, happy birthday Lego. I put it together. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Anyway, that was really cute. And then there was also a cute little birthday cupcake that I got and put this together. You could do whatever you wanted on these little sides, and I was not feeling particularly inspired, so I just did boring stuff. So those were my two very fun Lego things that I put together. I think that's pretty much it for the review. I am thinking on going to the Pacific Stitchers Spring Retreat in LA in it's in February. It's like February 11th through the 14th. That Monday the 15th is President's Day. And so I'm thinking about going down there for that retreat, but I'm thinking about backing it up with a cruise. Either do a cruise before the retreat or do a cruise after the retreat. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do since I'll be in LA, and Royal Caribbean is currently running a promotion where you get double loyalty points for any new bookings that are booked before July 31st. So there's only a couple more days left on that. Book before July 31st, and you must sail between September 1st of this year and April 30th of next year. So I have my eye on a couple of cruises, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I fully expect to cruise on my own. But hey, if you are going to the Pacific Stitchers Spring Retreat, let me know. I'd love to know if you're going to be there. I haven't filled out the form and got myself in line yet, so I just need to do that. Just need to be brave, need to do that. So that's that. It is the end of July, and as most of us accountants, it's a little bit crazy for us here at end of the month, beginning of the month, getting things closed up. In addition, I get to put together the big omnibus bill for the big stadium fireworks show that happened on the 4th, so it is scramble time, scramble, trying to get that all ready and all put together. Yay, yay, so busy. Anyway, I think that's everything. I really hope you guys are doing well. Trying to get caught up on all of your videos so I can see what you're up to. I am skipping the whip parades right now just because, well, I can only stand one whip parade from a person a year. 2 a year just seems to be way too much. So I'm skipping the whip parades in order to save time so I can get to see what all y'all are doing. Anyway, my brain is tired. My head hurts. I think we're going to close it up. Have a good one. One step forward, one step up. Kindness costs you nothing. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye.